Hello Internet, this is Farrell, and I am back to explain why there are no Minecraft videos on my channel currently. And that would be because I've managed to get myself addicted to this game. I had a little bit of a problem with Minecraft. I was getting just a tad burned out, a little around the time of the Get Lucky storyline with Zombiecraft. And I decided to go into my Steam library and pull out a game to get myself lost in, and well, a month later, here I am finally surfacing my head again. I am actually playing a map that was made available through the Map Exchange. This is something that Katherine of Sky did in a Let's Play for version 0.14, and that's the version I'm currently on. It's the 0.14.23 release that's on Steam currently. I have not gone up to 0.15 because I'm a wuss, and frankly, uranium mining and nuclear reactors, that tends to kind of... I really kind of need to get more comfortable with the game first before I get into that sort of complexity. So I'm actually tackling her map string, and the reason why this is a pretty unique build, this is the Ribbon World build on her channel, and you can go to her channel and check out the first episode. She got like 71 episodes into this thing, which definitely means the map is going to last for quite a while, hopefully. And as you can see, this is unique because it's got a map height set to 80. So basically, I'm only going to have 80 tiles to build within vertically on the map, and the rest is going to stretch out in the infinite directions. Of course, I'm going to be having to deal with biters and everything the further out I go. We'll see how well this goes, because usually I either set my starting area to very big or I play in peaceful mode. Biters and I can hold my own, but not for too long, just because I get all sorts of resource contention, and yeah, at this point I feel comfortable playing the game enough that I feel comfortable doing a video on it, because I'm up to about World 20 that I've tried out playing, and I've actually recorded a few episodes of what could have been a Let's Play, but not so much ones that I wanted to have out there. So right off the bat, okay, Minecraft, you'd punch a tree, get wood. Factorio, make a pick. So I kind of needed to take a little bit of a break from Minecraft, and it's a combination of factors actually that are driving that. It's kind of the servers I'm on. I've got one server that I really am down to a lot of grindy work on, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't mind the grindy nature of what I have to do, but it's also the kind of grindy nature that's also very creatively driven. I have to kind of keep aesthetics, and anytime I'm doing like a natural build, it's very difficult for me to mentally be in that space to actually work on something that looks natural and that sort of thing. That's the build I've got currently going on over on the XPS server. And then over on Zombiecraft, we're kind of in a bit of a terminal phase right now for the server, because it's going to be going away sooner. Well, it's going to be going away soon, period. The current version of the world, we are going to be moving out into... going to be going out and starting a new world in August. And that puts a little bit of a damper on doing anything new. And at the same time, it kind of... One more. There we go. I'm doing the same thing Katherine of Sky did on her map here, because I didn't really think... Every time I see something on Factorio, I learn something new, and one of those things that I have learned is this little trick with the dual coal furnaces to quickly get coal production up and running. I wish I'd known about this long ago, because this is a huge time saver here. So now these guys are just going to keep reinforcing each other and build up a lot of coal in no time, which I'm definitely going to be needing sooner rather than later. So yeah, Zombiecraft, I'm actually managing to stay somewhat on topic for once. Zombiecraft, I've been doing a lot of stuff at the studio, and it's one of those things, I don't think there's much more that I can really do. I mean, I've whittled down the build boards pretty significantly, And a lot of the stuff that I have left are the really big kinds of projects, which I'm not sure I would actually manage to get done in about the month and a half I have before I need to start thinking, well, 2 months really, that I have to start thinking about kind of wrapping everything up on that series. Especially because at some point prior to that, I need to do a patron portal over there. So there's a lot of kind of hemming and hawing over what I'm going to be doing next. I have some ideas for some of the videos that are going to be coming out in the very near future, but they're the kind of ones I need to do a lot of planning for. And I've been kind of putting that off because I've been, obviously, like I said, addicted to this game. Which is not helping matters, unfortunately, but it is what it is. The trick to all of this is Factorio is kind of giving me a little bit of a way to get my head out of that space. I've been doing a little more focusing on my Space Engineer Solo Survivor world because I finally figured out how to eliminate the worst of the graphical glitches underground on that. And, you know, just a lot of sort of back and forth little things that I'm just kind of doing here and there. Also, the other reason that I have been a little lax in getting anything done on Minecraft is I completely tore out my entire gaming rig setup at my apartment here. And as a result, I did some pretty major upgrades to how I work. And as a result, I did another little upgrade last night, and I'm now actually surrounded by 5 monitors over here, which really is very distracting when you can multitask to this extent. I mean, it's kind of nice, actually, because for the first time since I've been doing recording on YouTube, I can see everything I've got up in one place. I can see OBS. I can see that I've got my timer on another monitor. I can see chat when I'm doing streaming. This is going to help pretty significantly with a lot of the stuff I'm doing here. And it's not all 5 monitors off of one system. That would probably bring my gaming rig to its knees if I asked it to render everything that way, but it is split across my primary junk system, which is kind of what I use to go browsing the internet and do stuff that I know could potentially wind up clogging up the PC and slow it down. And then, of course, the gaming rig here, which is just purely for gaming and recording. Come here, Copper. I know you're over here. I can see ya. I can smell ya. There we go. There's some copper ore. Let's just make this so I can actually see what I'm doing over here. So, yeah, there's been quite a few changes that I have been putting my system through, and obviously I've got a lot of time tied up in Factorio on top of it. I've been, watching a lot of Let's Plays, and of course the problem is the video content I'm watching on YouTube, I've basically hit a saturation point right now where I just don't have enough time to follow all the people that I follow. So I've actually been having to kind of pare things down a little bit. And I think as a result, one of those things is probably going to be the Forever Stranded series. I think that one has finally breathed its last. I know a lot of people were kind of looking forward to what I was going to be doing there, but I think this is probably... It's more of an issue I'm having with mod packs lately in general. And it's not a case of the mod pack performing badly or anything. It's just that the mod packs... how do I want to put this? Mod packs in Minecraft, the trend has definitely been to basically make these big, giant, mega, big name packs. And I don't have a problem with this personally because my system can run them pretty well. I mean, if you watch someone like Nemson's Qantas server, I mean, dear God, you just watch his system slow down to a crawl when he's doing a lot of stuff in his base now. But the problem is a lot of these packs, most people on your average run-of-the-mill systems, they can't run them. And we definitely had a lot of people over on the Zuma Patreon server, or the Zuma Patreon area, over on Discord. They couldn't run packs like Hermit Pack and Foolcraft just because they're so massively big that the system just can't handle them. And this is kind of coming up to the detriment of sort of the entire community as a whole, because it means that we're looking at alienating a pretty large audience. And I mean, personally for me, the other problem with doing mod packs, at least on a multiplayer server, is I found that you run into a lot of problems with other people's creations, and whereas you have a mod pack that was really more designed for a single player system. And the problem is when you do mod packs, you want to do the build yourself. You want to do these highly technical builds. You want to. It's like on Minecraft, over on the XPS server, we've got tons of people who have built their own AFK fishers. They've built their own mob farms and everything. I'm just as guilty of it because, hey, I've got a skeleton farm at my base and everything. And I wanted to do that challenge myself. The problem with it is that it causes issues with the entire server. So you get 20 people building their own farms. Yeah, eventually things start to slow down to a crawl. And in my case, over on the XPS server, one of the other reasons I haven't been filming is just because there's so much lag on the server, and it's so difficult to actually even keep my own farm operational, that I have a lot of problems with not really being able to do anything. I mean, you kind of get to this point where, like, if I want to go get zombie villagers so I can build up a villager trading farm, I can't. I mean, the zombie villagers don't generate because nothing will spawn out there. And in the case of XPS, we've also got problems because better biomes, the way the world was done to split better biomes in vanilla, it's kind of screwed up all the spawning mechanics, and there's a lot of other reasons going on there, but that's just kind of one of the top ones here. Can I just say I do like Factorio's system where you can hang on to something in your hand and, I think I can... Yeah, that's right, No, I can't do it that way. Shoot. I thought I was doing it that way to drop them directly, and I've still got to figure out all the keyboard shortcuts of the game and everything. I'm pretty lousy at reading the manuals, and I like to dive right in sometimes. So, what we've got is... No. You take your coal back. I don't want that. I want the plates. We'll come up here, refuel on coal again. How much more do you guys have? Okay. We can get off to a pretty good start here. And this is the great thing. That is very easy to maintain and keep going. I think we're going to want to... I think what I really want to do is get some power up and going, because I'd rather have I'd rather not waste my resources on those dinky little miners. Those coal-powered miners are just not much fun to play with. You've got to go through the added hassle of running coal everywhere, and coal is in pretty short commodity on this map. So I'm not refilling these, even though I know I can see this one probably running out, if not out already. Yeah, I'm not going to refill those because I know I've got plenty of copper here. Because I need to get research going for starters. Let's see, you've got everything you need for that, so yeah, I can work on this and start thinking about power distribution. Alright, looks like I've got a little bit of breathing room here because I don't have to fill all those boilers for starters. By the time I run back over here, pick up another load of coal, we should be good to fill up the second one. That should take care of my immediate power needs for right now. I definitely need to get some additional coal sources lined up, but it is way out there on the map. So yeah, modded Minecraft is in a spot where... I need more iron. It's in an area where the packs have just grown so big, and the multiplayer servers as a result are really suffering because of it. And the other problem I have with doing modded on a multiplayer server is you wind up you don't really get a sense of actually being able to do anything unless you're able to have the same amount of time on as everyone else. And yeah, the net result, I mean, I really faced that problem with the with Hermit Pack with Suzuma's Patreons, because it just felt like by the time I log on, everyone else has done everything, and I'm still sitting here trying to scrounge up diamond armor, basically. So there is a bit of sense that there is... You don't really have that sense of community, because, like, okay, everyone's done everything, and now they're in the end game, and I'm struggling just to get by on early game tasks. And I don't want to go to someone else's base and say, oh, hey, can I use XYZ? Because it's like, you know, again, it comes back to that whole I'm here to build it myself type thing. So to take that, you know, you've got that multiplayer experience that's been kind of suffering, and when you start looking at it from the standpoint of modded, let me just get this up and going first. You look at the standpoint from modded, it's like, okay, well, I've got all this stuff here, and I can't really do anything as a result. It's like you just get frozen, essentially, I guess you could call it. And not for the better part of a pun, so you kind of get this spot where it's like, okay, well, I'm doing this because why again? And it does hurt the packs tremendously. And then you get these massive packs where, when I'm doing a single-player series, like, say, my Hermitcraft or Hermit Pack series, you get those, and it's like, okay, what am I doing? There's so much there, and there's just aspects of some of the mods that I'm just not interested in. And that also tends to hurt it quite a bit. I mean, you don't really have a sense of... I mean, for instance, I'm not one who's going to go through and probably play a lot of Thaumcraft. Thaumcraft as a mod doesn't really interest me a lot. Or, say, Applied Energistics. Applied Energistics, the first mod, oh, I absolutely loved that. The second mod became so ridiculously overcomplex, it's just not really approachable from a standpoint of someone like me who's looking at, well, if I want to do a video on this, I have to break up a build over multiple episodes, and I've got all this extra crap that I have to do, and a lot of standing around waiting for stuff to grow in pools of water, and it's just, there's no appeal to a ridiculously in-depth pack. I'd rather have a smaller pack and be able to kind of play through the natural progression and not feel like I'm being pulled in 16 million directions. Because you get mods like Forever Stranded, where you get railroaded on everything. And as much as I love Skyblock and the added challenge you've got from that, Forever Stranded takes you in a completely different direction. Or even just things like Project Ozone, doing the Garden of Glass settings on stuff like that. You just get into these weird little areas that are like, wait, why am I being forced to do it this way? I don't want to do it this way. I want to play the way I enjoy it. I want to use this mod. But if I don't, I get punished for it. So there's a lot of kind of weird oddities with modded Minecraft. It's kind of been throwing me off my game lately. And I might just go back to building my own packs. Or I shouldn't really call them packs, because they're not really packs at all when you don't actually have anything that you are, I'm not releasing it as a pack or anything. But a lot of what I used to do in multi-MC was just make my own. I'd go out and grab my own mod packs. It's a little easier now that the Curse, aka Twitch client, is out there. But the let's see, I need to make sure I'm getting the right thing here, because I've got use, so I've got my basic construction abilities. If I want to have any complex belt weaving going on, I'm going to need these guys pretty soon. I don't really care about light, but at the same time I do also need to think about getting electronics, and I've also got biters to worry about. Yeah. Now I can automate some of that. Or do I want to go military, because that's going to open up... yeah, military, because I'm going to need the heftier gun, I suspect. Alright, so... Where is it? Yeah, I used to do my own kind of independent mod building. Well, not building, but, you know, pulling down the individual mods themselves manually, throwing them together multi-MC, and just kind of enjoying things that way. And the Curse, aka Twitch client, makes that a little easier nowadays, but at the same time, you do kind of suffer a little bit of tunnel vision there. But what I used to do with multi-MC was I'd actually make much smaller mod packs. I'd only go for the stuff I was really interested in. So I'd be, you know, like I said, I'm not really much of a magic mod type of person. I mean, Britannia's kind of nice, but it's not a mod that I'm really interested in playing all that much. So you've got all this stuff. Let me get some more power lines ordered up here and another electric mining drill. As soon as that science finishes up, because I want to get the coal up here. If I get the electric miner up and running, it's going to potentially net me some more coal instead of feeling like I'm kind of burning it up at a ridiculous rate. Just doing that little self-feed system there. Come on, finish up. Do I have enough for... Yeah, let's do that. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff with modded Minecraft that's just kind of turned me off lately. And it's not through any fault of the pack developers or anything. What I've seen is some pretty great stuff out there. There we go. We got that, and I might... Nope. Not even close. 187 coal, though. I'm not worried about running out of that anytime soon. That's 2.4. I just want to get my coal production. I know that's kind of a mistake, potentially. A lot of people say, no, don't do your coal production on that, but the miners here, I feel, are worth the problems of potentially stripping things out. Let's get you on that. You know, if I lose power right now, my coal mining production is crap. But the thing is that right now I'm not using enough power. I'd rather get as much of that coal as I can in a faster manner and not burn up coal while I'm doing it than anything else. So yeah, let's get research on turrets going. I should have almost enough to get through that. Let's also get some of these guys going, because I am going to want to eventually have some automated delivery here. And we'll kind of give you your starting coal. Alright. So yeah, if I was going to do anything with modded, I would probably go back to a simpler pack. I mean, that and you're going to see a lot better performance out of a smaller pack anyway, so I don't really have all that much of an appeal to doing a big giant pack again. I mean, that's why I really haven't gotten into Fullcraft. Yeah, there's lots of cool stuff you can do in Fullcraft, but when you, even just watching Azuma's videos, and a lot of the videos of people there, you can see even their systems are kind of struggling with the, with either their systems or the servers are just kind of struggling to keep the pack going. And just lots of endless problems. And then the other problem that you run across with the packs is that, you know, they update. And you get everything out of that update. You don't exactly have a choice in the matter of, do I want to do something nice and simple, or I only want to carry this version of NEI versus this version, or JEI, or, you know, I want to really have Journey Map in this pack, or I want to throw a replay mod in there. It gets really annoying when you start customizing a mod pack, because then Twitch gets all frustrated with you. So yeah, I'm kind of looking at doing a nice, simple homebrew pack to kind of settle my my desires with pack generation, with the with mod pack scene, basically. So there is that. And that's why I really haven't been doing much of the mod Minecraft. I didn't even get into Fullcraft when the Susuma Patreon server retired Hermit Pack in favor of Fullcraft. Because that's actually another good point to bring up, is that yeah, walls would be pretty useful. Because I've got plenty of... Actually, no. Get the... I can't get landfill yet. I don't have Science Pack 2 yet. I need to focus on that, actually. So what I need is... Nope, nope, nope. Well, I actually do need automation, too, to do some of the advanced crafting I want to do. But nope, 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 hell no. My brain is just completely missing out on something here. Like, have I already gotten that ability? Steel would be kind of nice to have, but I'm not going to worry about too much just yet. Lights would be nice to have. Yeah, I guess I need to go for logistics, because I'm going to be doing some pretty intense belt weaving pretty soon, I suspect. Okay, we're in good shape there, we're good shape there, we're good shape there, and I've got a little bit of time left on that. Good. Let's get back to Earth on this map, because I'm in a little bit of a quandary here. My next source of coal is way downrange here, and I suspect that's going to be pretty close to biter territory. Let's go ahead and get this queued up, and while I'm on the run, let's get some more ammo first. Actually, I need... Before I go anywhere near biter territory, I need to up the gun here a little bit. I should have a little bit to drop off. Let's need 15 more. So yeah, I need to figure out what I'm going to do for coal, because inevitably the stuff I'm doing over here, I'm spread out far enough. It's probably not going to be too long with my current settings before I start encountering some biters. And that is going to make my life fun pretty quickly, to the point where I suspect I may just want to hang on to go anywhere until I can actually tech up my bullet damage a bit. But yeah, let's get that queued up first. I need to see what's down around the copper, or the coal deposit down here, because that's really where I'm going to need to focus my early game on. And if I can kind of get through to another lake that's a little closer to that copper, or that coal pool, that would be pretty nice. But no guarantees on that. Okay, there's the copper. I don't know why I'm really keeping the map zoomed out quite this far, but... No, go around. What do we got? Anything? Okay, there's another lake over here. This might be the better place to set up the... Ooh, yeah. If this... Yep, that's end of the line. Well, that's good to know, actually. We don't have to worry about that edge of the map. And I've got plenty of water over here that I'll be able to work with. I really wasn't expecting to see the map edge show up quite this quickly. The good news is it looks like it won't take too much to bridge over. The bad news is I'm not going to be able to do that until I've got the next level of tech research going. I'm going to need my green science packs to be able to pull in landfill, and I'm going to need a pretty good supply of stone to do that. I mean, the good news is I got plenty of stone. Bad news is that's it for coal. That's going to get a little on the interesting side, I think. I'm actually a little worried about that. Not gonna lie. I mean, I've got plenty of trees here, at least, that I could potentially at least power my steam generators with trees, but I'm gonna be burning through an awful lot of iron to do that, whether I'm using steel tools, because I'm gonna burn through a lot of iron to make the steel, or as part of just burning through a lot of iron picks. That's going to be interesting. And that's also going to have to be something that I cover in the next episode. So, thanks guys for watching. Sorry this was a bit of a rambly episode because I was worried about kind of explaining where I've been, where the videos have been. Obviously a lot of changes on my channel too because I've been doing more of the Battletech videos and just kind of playing around with that game. Obviously a couple of Factorio videos coming out here as well. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to pick up right where I left off in the previous episode or if I'm going to play this out a little bit. But I will catch you guys in the next episode. Take care.